The Rambla has become the place for everybody to come and take a walk. The one street that Lorca said he wished would never end. Let's take advantage while nobody's here to take a stroll down Barcelona's most famous avenue. Any other day in this street is absolutely packed with tourism. It's almost become a rite of passage just to walk down La Rambla. So I thought it would be really interesting while we have nobody visiting the city, just to take a stroll down from the top, the Plaça Catalunya, down to the old port and the Columbus Monument, and check out what's going on, how the Rambla looks when we have absolutely no tourism inside the city. We'll take a stroll, just you, me, and the camera, and I'll narrate a little bit about the history of La Rambla and what we can see today. Now you'll see two different versions for the name, La Rambla, singular, or Las Ramblas, plural. And both are correct, so you can use either one. You're not wrong if you call it one or the other. But what happens is that the Rambla is actually divided into 5 different shorter Ramblas. The first, and up at the top by Plaça Catalunya, is the Rambla de Canaletas, named after the fountain there. Then you have the Rambla dels Estudis, or the studies, which is where the first university in all of Barcelona was placed. The third, and where we currently are, is either the Rambla dels Flors, the flowers. You see the flower shops are right here, but also the Rambla de Sant Josep, because of the Boqueria. Now this is an incredible picture just right here of an empty Boqueria. Usually you have tourists just flocking over here to get all the pictures of the beautiful colors of the food. This is Barcelona's and Spain's most famous, biggest market. It was originally a convent, and that's where it gets the name San Josep, or Saint Joseph, and that's where you can see that at the top. The Rambla, up until the 19th century, was filled with different convents, and that's where the last 2 names for the bottom 2 Ramblas come from. The first is the Rambla dels Capuchins, which has been turned into the Plaza Real, and the last is the Rambla de Santa Monica, which has been changed into an art school. Outside of the Liceu Opera House, which was built in 1847 but has been reconstructed twice. The last time in 1994 after a fire that destroyed a large portion of the current building. Great place to go and see operas, and one of the main attractions to bring the upper class that had moved out of the old city walls into the city. And this is when the Rambla was very much well known as a place to go and stroll, something that has changed quite a bit in recent years. Not too many recommendations for food per se on the Rambla, but if you want some great ice cream, Rocambolesc, absolutely incredible. Owned by the Roca Brothers, who owned the best restaurant in the world in 2013 and 15. It's right on the intersection of Ferran Street and La Rambla. Check that out. I think the awards alone tell you enough. see, a bit more open space down here at the bottom of La Rambla as we start making our way towards the port, and we can see the Columbus statue set up in 1888 ahead of the World's Fair coming into view. We'll get down there and take a little bit of a look around. But I want to thank you for joining me as we walk down La Rambla. Really interesting experience for me. I hope for you as well, just to see the Rambla without anybody on it. This is something that has really never happened before, where it's just the locals here in the city. So hopefully you got a better idea of what the Rambla would look like without anybody here. And as we start to open up more and more, I hope to see you guys soon.